learners. Under our subject, computer studies, we have a topic that is known as basic computer concepts, as, prepared by Bello Nafisat Omawumi with a matric number 15/25pc057. In this topic, we're going to be talking about the basic computer concepts and all other things that has to do with computer, the types of computers according to generation and their classification. The content will revolve around these particular concepts. We'll have the first one to be the computer system, going to the basic concept of computer, which will go to parts of computer, components of computer, system units, types of classification of computer, and then we'll go to summary. Computer system. What is known as computer system? Computer is an electronic device which accepts information in form of number, text, pictures or sound and process it to give an information. So we are saying that computer is an electronic device that accepts information in form of data. Data can be number, it can be text, it can be pictures or it can be sound. It processes it and gives it out as information. The basic components, the basic concepts of computer now. The basic concept is the input, process, and output. The input that we said in the previous slide is the information that comes, the data that comes into the computer in form of number, in form of picture, in form of text, in form of sound. That is the input. The computer will now do the processing. It is data. Data, as we know, are raw facts. So after the raw facts has been inputted into the computer will do the processing and transfer that raw facts into consumable information. After it has transferred into consumable information to now give it out as output. Those are the basic concepts of computer. The inputs, which is the raw facts that has been inputted into the computer, which is data, the process, and the output. Basic concepts of computer continue. The computer has three stages, which is the input stage, the process stage, and the output stage. The first one, which is the input stage, this is when the data is entered into the computer. It can be manually by typing the data using keyboard, by using the mouse to select from a list of options, by using voice recording or microphones. The processing stage is the next stage after the input stage. The processing stage is where data entered into the computer is manipulated according to given instruction to give or produce meaningful information. After the raw fact that is data that has been inputted into the computer during the input stage, the processing stage is where that data will be manipulated according to the given instruction that will give the computer. Basic concept of computer continued. The next stage is the output stage. This is the stage where the information obtained or gathered through processing stage is presented to the user in a meaningful and suitable format. A typical computer also stores information for certain use and at a larger scale. After the input stage and the processing stage, the next stage that we have here is the output stage. The raw data, the raw facts that is inputted into the computer is processed according to the given information in the processing stage. In the output stage, the information will now be disseminated for use of the consumer and it can also be stored for later use. That's under the out parts of a computer. The following are the parts of a computer. A typical computer contains or consists several parts, but the most useful ones are number one, the monitor, also known as the visual display units, the system units, the keyboard, the printers, and the speakers. The following are computer devices. Computer devices can be either input devices or output devices. So as we said, we have the input devices, we have the processing devices, and we have the output devices. So these are examples of input devices. We have an example of a camera, a scanner, a touch screen, a joystick, a microphone, a webcam, a trackball, a keyboard, and mouse. All these can be used to input raw facts into the computer, which are data. Output devices now. Examples of output devices are speaker, headphones, printer, projector, plotters. Output devices help to give us information that has been given to the computer, that has been processed by the computer according to given information. Now it is now giving us the information as output for the user to consume. Examples that we have listed here: the speaker, the headphones. The headphones and speaker, they give out sound as information. The speaker, the monitor, gives out text or images as its own information. The printer too, text or images as its own information. Components of computer. We have the first one to be the hardware. The hardware refers to the physical components and devices which make up a visible computer. It can be divided into the central processing unit and the peripheral. The central processing unit is responsible for all processing that the computer does, while the peripherals are responsible for feeding data into the computer system, from collecting information from the system. We said the hardware are the physical components of the computer. It can be divided into the central processing unit and the peripherals. The central processing unit is responsible for all processing that the computer does, every data that comes into the computer. The central processing unit is the one that will process that data and convert it to information, while the peripherals are responsible for feeding data into the computer system, from collecting information or connecting information from the system. These ones, they are hardwares. You can call them. The peripherals are like the mouse, the keyboard, that collects data from the computer. It collects data and feed that data into the computer system. While the central processing unit, it is the one that actually processes the information that is collected by the peripheral. The other components of a computer system is software. Software are programs commonly written by computer manufacturers which have direct effect or control performance and ease usage of the computer system. There are two categories of software, which is the system software and the application software. The system software are programs written by computer manufacturers which have direct effects on the control, performance, and ease of usage of the computer system. The application software are programs written by user to solve specific tasks, not directly system hardware. They do not have any effects on the efficiency on the computer system. System unit. The system unit, also known as the tower or chassis, is the main part of desktop computer. It is also known as the brain of the computer. It includes the motherboard, central processing unit, which is the CPU, and the RAM. As we can see inside the computer chassis or the system unit, we have the power cables, the CD-ROM, the hard drive, data cable, we have the motherboard, the video card, the central processing unit, the fans, and the power supply. Now, let's go to the types of computer. The types of computer, the first one is the analog computer, followed by the digital computer. The analog computers are the ones that we've been using before. They are characterized by their archaic physical appearance that we can see, but the digital computers are flexible to use and can be carried anywhere. High hybrid computers too. Hybrid computers is now inculcating the characteristics of both the hybrid computers and the digital computers. Classification of computer. Computer can be classified by nature of data. And if you're classifying computer by nature of data, we'll be talking about analog, digital, and hybrid computer. That is where you have the first one, which is the analog, digital, and hybrid. Classification of computer again. We said the first one that we can classify is classification by nature of data, where we have the analog, digital, and hybrid. Classification by size, we'll be talking about the supercomputers, the mainframe computers, the mini computers, and the micro computers. Classification by generation. The first classification is the classification by nature of data. The second one is classification by size, while the third one is the classification by generation. For classification by generation, this is where we have the first generation computers, the second generation, generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. The next generation, which is the first generation, the next classification, which is the fourth classification, is the classification by purpose. Now we have the special purpose computer and the general purpose computer. Special purpose computers that are specifically made for a particular purpose, maybe for accounting. All the general purpose ones are the ones that can actually do any task that the computers. Now, we already know the types of computer, we know the classification of computer, we know the components of computer, the hardware, the software. Now we want to know how we should be able to take care of our computers. Computers are sensitive devices, they cost a lot of money, so we need to take care of them. The following are ways by which we can take care of our computer: by keeping our computer, when not in use, inside bag free from dust, by keeping them away from liquids to avoid damage, by doing daily checkup. A computer is an electronic device. This is the summary of everything we've been saying. A computer is an electronic device which accepts data, processes it, and gives out an output. A typical computer accepts data as inputs, processes it, and gives information to users as outputs. There is a physical and non-physical parts of computer known as the input and output devices. Computer consists of components which are hardware and software. This is the end of the lesson. Thanks for listening.